This is King's Boxing on Facebook. Fight Night Live, powered by Everlast.
You did fake me out. I don't
Our
want to play poker
co-featured
with you.
contest this evening, 8 rounds in the super middleweight division. Brought to you by King's Promotions and presented by Everlast. Be First, Langhorne Scrap Metal, Advanced Comfort Specialists, Flex Nutrition Center for all your nutritional needs, The Pike Cafe where memories are made, Dino's Wings and Things, wing it at Dino's, Wind Creek Bethlehem, the premier choice of Pennsylvania hotels, resorts, and casinos. Eat Clean Bro, Elite Heat Water, and Buck's Cabaret of Philadelphia, your official destination for after the fights. The judges scoring this contest are Adam Friscia, Kevin Morgan, and Lindsay Page. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Sean Clark. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 168 1/4 pounds. His professional record is impressive. 7 victories against 1 defeat, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears red, trimmed with black this evening, and represents Hagerstown, Maryland, by way of Armenia. Please welcome GNC, the sexy Albanian Pllana. His undefeated opponent fights out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 167 1/2 pounds. As a professional, his record stands with 12 bouts, 12 victories, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He wears black with gold and green and hails from Fort Worth, Texas, now living, training, and fighting out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. The UBF Intercontinental Super Middleweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, Kalvin Hot Sauce Henderson.
All right, fellas, y'all had your instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch them up.
Guess who got the most fans here tonight so far? Hot Sauce. A lot of people here to see Hot Sauce.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean that he's not a local Philadelphia fighter.
Yeah. It tells you something maybe about how good he is, because when they're real good, people want to stay on that bandwagon and they'll follow them, right? They want to be part of that. Comes out strong, hard, and clean. You got the size on him, and Pllana, watch that low lead hand there from the Albanian in the red trunks. Set for 8 rounds or less.
This is Henderson's 3rd fight in a row at the 2300 arena, so the fans are familiar with him.
So we can't assume that everyone's coming from a home state area. He's maybe got on the watch list from the people around here and said, okay, we're going to get on this bandwagon. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, he was. He's 29 years old, so not saying that he has to hurry on up, but 12-0 at 29.
What I'm noticing about Pllana already is he really keeps his chin high in the air, and that's a dangerous thing to do.
And the lead hand low. So, looks to be an open lane for striking with that right hand for Hot Sauce.
Over and over with that jab on that exposed chin. And Pllana is trained by none other than former 3-time world champion Simon Brown. So you wouldn't expect to see that mistake being made so consistently with that chin so high in the air. That's something that gets corrected in the amateurs in the early pro days, if it still exists then.
Or he's talented enough to pull it off, right? We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. 7-1, 4 KOs. He hasn't been stopped. Lone loss came to Rafael Igbokwe. That fight was in Houston. It was a majority decision. Moving to the last third of the round. Hot Sauce ducks a right hand from sexy Albanian. Says it right on the belt line, Reno.
Does say it right there on the belt line, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got the black and red boots, red Valentine's Day trunks. He's got the low hands. swinging widely and got tapped on the chin there from Hot Sauce, and he stayed opened up. 35 seconds remaining. Oh yeah, the chin is there for the taking.
Also, he punches very wide, so the combination of the two could, those wide punches are going to leave your chin exposed.
Yeah, it looks tantalizing from here, but we'll see if Kalvin Henderson can exploit what we see as possible weaknesses. 15 seconds remaining. Hot Sauce has had a good round. You saw a good high-quality jab. And the left-hand counter, oh, I think it's going to explode at some point on Pllana. We shall see. End of round 1 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Tonight's King's Promotions event is brought to you by Advanced Comfort Specialists, heating, cooling, and refrigeration, serving Berks County for 15 years. Flex Nutrition Center for all of your nutritional needs. The Pike Cafe, where memories are made. Dino's Wings and Things, wing it at Dino's. And Wind Creek Bethlehem, the premier choice of Pennsylvania hotels, resorts, and casinos.
Michael Woods ringside, sitting next to Tommy Razor Raynone. I host a podcast on the Everlast platform called Talkbox. Raynone's coming in soon. Going to tell me stories, all the deep, dark stories, the backwoods, the deep stuff from your pro career, all the stuff that you're saving for the autobiography. You going to tell me? Some of them.
Maybe I'll tell you like a page or two out of the chapter.
I'll take it.
Give me a chapter.
Give me a spicy page, brother.
We're not naming names, of course, of potential promoters or matchmakers.
Maybe they deserve to have their names. Names.
Of them,
some of them do. Some of them I've been writing about recently too. How about that, Raynone? Round 2 of 8. Pllana, chin in the air, punching wide. We see these things, and Henderson has to also. He's 12-0 with 8 KOs.
Well, Henderson's been landing his jab pretty consistently. It's a matter of can he put that right hand behind it, because good right hand in his own right by Pllana, but there's more of a slapping, chopping punch, not much on it.
If this fight goes 8 rounds and that isn't exploited, I will be surprised.
That was what I was just about to get to, is that the jab is already landing for Henderson. So I'd like to see him put that right hand behind it, because these wide punches, Henderson can come right down the pipe, 1-2, right down the middle, and he's going to have a lot of success. I understand that a guy like Pllana is very unorthodox the first couple of rounds, but when you got a guy punching that wide and leaving his chin that exposed, you got to sit down, figure that out, and get by it.
He's got a little hand speed. He's a little herky-jerky explosive. I mean, he opens up to a crazy degree, but he's kind of explosive, and he's got a frenetic energy. It is unorthodox for sure. It looks like it'd be an exploit. You saw he tried to land the right-handed Henderson right down the middle, as you said. I think he's going to figure it out, but who knows? Got to see how it plays out. There's 1 minute remaining. This is the second round. These are super middleweights.
Again, a situation where I'd like to see Henderson cut that ring off and take a step to his right, forcing Pllana back to his left, which would be into Henderson's hook. He keeps giving that same escape route, allowing him to get out comfortably without being in any kind of a panic mode, because he's nice and relaxed with that escape route.
Well, and sometimes what Pllana is doing is he is throwing those crazy wide shots, but then he sometimes, but not always, he gets out. He does get out. He moves his feet. Sometimes he forgets to, like there. Other times he moves. Oh, he got winged on the top of the head there. That could hurt him. And now he's so squared up and ready for the taking, but Henderson's not countering on it. Right hand landed, and Pllana is being the aggressor here. His form is interesting, but he's landing some hard and clean shots into the body, Tom.
Henderson could punch with him really quickly.
But Pllana is aggressing on him, and he's not allowing him to.
That's a Pllana round. He stole that round.
Yeah. So maybe we see a little bit more why Simon Brown is working with the guy.
Well, listen, he doesn't lack balls, to say the least. I mean, he comes out there to fight hard. Reminds me a little bit of Mayorga type without that kind of world-class power, of course. But he goes out there and comes to fight those
Yeah,
guys.
and he got clipped on the chin there, and he said, whatever, and he banged his chest.
Guys like this that are unorthodox, they're not a lot of fun to fight.
I think I'm becoming a fan of the sexy Albanian. What? I am.
It's a whole mouthful, you said.
I like his pluck. I like his aggression. He won that last round. I like his chin. Interesting fight going on here, because what I assumed I was seeing early on, mine's changing.
Anything else about him you like?
Oh, the trunk's really fiery. Round number 3. Henderson has to adapt here, Tom.
He has to, because this is the kind of fight we're already in the 3rd round. You don't want to let this fight get out of control. Let it get too far away from him.
Talk to me. Specifics.
What
How do you handle this unorthodox dude?
The way I would, if I'm in Henderson's corner, I'm telling him to go downstairs to the body, to work the body. The unorthodox
right
head
there.
movement.
Bang, you heard it. Yep.
The head moves, the body is not going to move. He doesn't use his legs greatly, but what he does do is he moves his head very well from the waist up. So I'm going downstairs to the body.
He changes levels. His head will move from here down to his
exactly right.
Chest, the middle of his body level. You know, it's like 2 feet down. He
he
doesn't always do it though. So yeah, go to the body.
He changes levels. He also leans back and pulls out, which is a no-no. But a lot of what this guy does with his unorthodox style is a no-no. So if I'm Henderson, stick with the jab down the middle, with the jab, and go to the body and work off that, build off that.
You know, Pllana, he gets style points deducted because he looks a little, no offense, a little goofy as he's doing it. But some of the stuff he does, the basics are there. He keeps moving his feet. There you go. He's moving the torso. He's kind of leaving himself open for an uppercut, but it's unorthodox. Gonna have to use that word again for sure.
I got news for you. Henderson's mouth's wide open here in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and Pllana's winning this round too. So there you go. This is an interesting fight. This is round 3 of the interesting fight. 168ers. Pllana has done some work to the body, loading up. Right hands to the body. Stabbing to the body is Henderson. He has a little earpiece in that, so he can hear what Raynon says, all the smart stuff. There's the jab work, but it's not a stab jab. It's not a through you jab.
No, it isn't.
It's not terribly aggressive. 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Another Pllana round unofficially to this point. And then Tom, what does he do? He crowds him. He's busy. Sort of leaves himself open for a receipt, but the receipt ain't coming. It's not coming from Henderson.
And he's the busier of the 2 fighters. Henderson's doing a lot of looking and waiting.
Tried to time with a right-hand counter there.
Henderson's also not committing to his jab.
He's
got to push up that back foot and get full extension on his jab.
No backhand, says the referee. Backhand.
Henderson's eyes are very bloodshot. Take a peek at that the next round. Very bloodshot. I don't know if it's from the punches or what the case is, but I've noticed that in both of his eyes.
Fight Night Live on Facebook is powered by Everlast, who reminds you to be first. And is presented by Eat Clean Bro. Eat like a world champion. Elite Heat Water. The best fighters, trainers, and announcers just drink the water. SKA Law Group. If you're up against the ropes, visit LegalPhilly.com. And Buck's Cabaret of Philadelphia, your official destination for after the fights.
This is my favorite fight so far, because Pllana is...
More than the upset between Fulton and Jones. Jones pulling the upset on Fulton. That was a fun one.
That was a fun one. No, it's just because Pllana is so interesting to watch, and it's unfolding not as I expected, and I like sometimes when I'm wrong and my assumptions come up and blow up in my face. Things can still change here, but
Sure
Henderson got to change, man.
And also Henderson, this fight is scheduled for 8 rounds. Henderson has never been past the 7th round. So it's almost as if another little bit of bad news, if you will, in a fight that's not going his particular way.
If you had to pick one thing that Henderson should be doing, body work or stabbing through your jab, which would you prefer?
Jab, because you can't set that body work up without getting that jab in first. He's got to push him back to the ropes with the jab.
He's doing some decent body jabs, but no, to the head he's not doing it. And it's interesting because it's not like he's getting, viciously countered when he does it. Why is it? Maybe this is more so all the way he usually jabs. I don't know.
Well, he's disconnecting, so it's either offense or it's defense. For both men, as a matter of fact. I mean, no one is particularly countering, but you would expect a more polished fighter on paper, and in reality, Henderson to be capable of setting some feints, setting some traps. We're not seeing any feints. He committed to that jab, but it's just kind of, he's flickering out there. He's not really committing to it. And then he's allowing these punches over and over by Pllana to get off.
Because Pllana is a warrior. He's like a caveman,
there's
bro.
no ifs, ands, or buts that he's not a warrior. But you got to punch with him or counter that and give him something to think about. That he can't just freely explode on these 6 to 8, 10 punch combinations freely with no price to pay.
He said in the beginning, let's see, the chin is up, lead hand is low. Maybe he's just good enough to get away with it. So far he is, a minute remaining. Midway through in the 8-rounder.
It's interesting. Pllana does absolutely everything wrong. He even backs up in straight lines to the ropes, but he makes it work.
Well, and also he threatens with his power. He backs straight up, but then there's a little feint to scare Henderson off. Big winging shots. He's busier every round. He's busier.
This has been Henderson's best round since the first round.
But he's not winning it.
He might not.
He's not winning
this round either.
I don't think he's winning it. We'll see. Yeah, Pllana is a don't judge this book by this goofy cover fighter. File this away for future reference, boxing fans. Gotta let a couple rounds play out sometimes. What you see in front of you right away. Conventional wisdom might be wrong. Moving to the end of the round now here in 2300 Arena, and there you see the changing of the levels and the awkwardness as he's coming in. Henderson couldn't tag him, Tom.
No, you might be looking at a situation where another round or two in the bank for Pllana, and now you're talking about Henderson needing a knockout victory or some dramatics in the form of a couple of knockouts to win this fight, because he is falling behind now.
One does never know what they're seeing from the judges' stations, but pretty clear on my unofficial card. I got Pllana winning this fight. No damn doubt about it. You see replay action. The caveman is clubbing, Tom.
He's clubbing away and he's working. More importantly, he's working while Henderson is not. Henderson did land a stiff little jab in between that sequence there, but then he misses with the 1-2, and Pllana continues to let his hands go, respond anytime he's hit with anything. And he looks like the more comfortable fighter in there that really wants to be in there of the two.
Henderson needs a real change of pace round. He needs to really swerve, do something he hadn't been doing before. This is round 5. If it doesn't come now, I don't know if it ever is gonna. And I see it now. I see a different level of aggression, but let's see if the caveman doesn't just dissuade him and get him back into the mode he's been in before, which is too hesitant. Right hand, stiff right hand from the Albanian.
Pllana set that up with a series of small little flickering jabs to put him to sleep, to lull him to sleep, and then give the right hand behind it.
And then he backed straight up into the ropes. And
there it is again.
He lived to tell the tale.
There it is again. You'll see him just put that jab out there, just to put something in his face, and then he's going to look to drop that right hand behind it. And while he is doing that, Henderson is not punching, he's not letting his hands go, and he's just getting outworked.
Yeah, no style points for Pllana. If I saw this and I didn't know what was happening and just saw a snippet of round, I'd say, oh, that guy's gonna lose. I mean, like right there, he's off balance, and then he comes back and he taps his chest and he says, I'm the caveman. You're not bothering me at all. Eat my club.
Henderson would be well served at this point to really just commit to that jab and push off that back foot. And he's really up and down with the jab because nothing's working from him at this point.
He's landed some jabs to the right side of Pllana, but it's hard to summon and remind myself of many upside moments for Henderson. Hot sauce has not been hot. Been a cold outing to this point. 1 minute remaining.
The majority of the action has been in the middle of the ring, which is where a guy like Pllana wants to be, continuously circling the ring, keeping the action in the middle of the ring. Where Henderson is going to want to push him back into the ropes because he's not getting the better of this action in the middle of the ring, and that's where the majority of the contest is taking place.
Right hand landed almost clean there as Pllana was backing up, and then the caveman comes back firing, winging the right hand, saying, oh my God, you don't even come close to hurting me. But Henderson has actually landed 2 or 3 more hard shots in this round, some of the best work for him. Let's see if it's possible. Maybe his timing is dialed in. Maybe he's seen something. There was a nice little hook to the body.
If you had asked me in the first round, I saw Pllana with his chin in the air with the wide punches. I thought for sure he'd be getting clipped down the middle with those straight punches all night long.
We were both on the same incorrect page, but Henderson had a little something in this round.
He did, but he might have got outworked yet again.
Let's see if there's a little momentum for him. Let's see if possibly maybe a little quarter level of stamina dip in Pllana. This fight might be getting even much more interesting replay action from the last round right now.
Chopping overhand right by Pllana. Here he is, attempting it again with the touching of the jab, but he got knocked off balance with a shot. Not a lot of power on it, but he got knocked off balance, embarrassed a little bit, but he pounds his chest and responds immediately by taking the play away from Henderson. And there he is with a little hook to the body with the backhand, right hook to the body, left hook upstairs. Again, slapping punches, not the hardest punch in the world, but scoring punches. And listen, at the end of the day, nobody wants to get touched in the face over and over again.
Tom, if I just landed a clean one and the other dude taps his chest and gives me the caveman roar, it's a little bit demoralizing.
That's the exact word to describe it, demoralizing. Disheartening or demoralizing, but his level tends to go up and your level tends to go down some.
Like, damn, that just worked, didn't it work? This guy, what's up with him? Round 6. Fight Night Live is powered by Everlast. Top line boxing apparel. I wear all their stuff. People are like, Woods, you're wearing all their stuff. I see sweatpants, I see the shirt, I see the hat. I said, yes, because I love them. What do you want from me? I love them, I rep them. They're good people to me, and I like this stuff. And a plug. Fight Night Live powered by Everlast. Round 6 of 8, and the caveman clubbing with a right hand, Renault.
A wide looping right hand.
But it's only a problem if the other guy makes you pay. You got to make him pay. Mayorga was a good call because, was he unorthodox? Bringing wide shots. And
Mayorga was a little different because A, he did it behind tremendous power, and B, relentlessness. He was aggressive as they came and really came after you. And I'm referring to the prime Mayorga that beat the likes of Six Heads Lewis and Vernon Forrest, not the spectacle Mayorga that we saw later on in his career. But
he beat Vernon Forrest. That was crazy.
Not once but twice.
Yeah, crazy. Good stuff. Hey, he carried a little bit of boxing there for a while. He was a fun character to watch. He worked his ass off, and he smoked in the ring afterwards.
Sure did.
Crazy shit. This is round 6, and no, I don't see the continuation of momentum from Henderson. I see that jab to the body, working a little bit, but that's not going to win the rounds. And now some work in the corner being done. Slapping his way out is Pllana, and then moving his way out. He keeps the chin there for the taking.
Henderson landed a couple of solid shots in that when he had Pllana trapped in the corner, but then Pllana immediately responds with a flurry of 6, 8, 10 punches. He's an awkward guy. His punches, his hands have somehow gotten even lower. Punches from strange angles.
I got to buy you a cheesesteak later. If he's out over there, I'm going to buy him one too.
Who's that?
Because he's fun to watch. 30 seconds remaining. This round is another Pllana round, yes?
It is, and Henderson's looking very tired to me. From a body language standpoint, it's almost as if he's reserved and submitting to what is happening to him out there. This is just not his night. And
it's interesting he's still going to that body, though, with both hands, stabbing to that body. And then a big right-hand shot, 2 of them to the body. That had to hurt, Tom. That had to hurt both of them. Another Pllana round.
Well, it doesn't have the same effect on a guy that just sits down on his punches and really rips into it. They're more slapping shots, but hey, they're still bothersome.
Tonight's King's Promotions event is brought to you by Advanced Comfort Specialists, heating, cooling, and refrigeration, serving Berks County for 15 years. Flex Nutrition Center for all of your nutritional needs. The Pike Cafe, where memories are made. Dino's Wings and Things, wing it at Dino's. And Wind Creek Bethlehem, the premier choice of Pennsylvania hotels, resorts, and casinos.
Don't open up.
Start of 7.
Less than 6 minutes left for Henderson. He needs some dramatics at this point.
Damn right, needs some dramatics. Reno. Hot sauce. No, where's the sriracha? Where's the Tabasco? Gotta summon it, gotta bring it. Jabs to the body, great. Yeah, that's table setting stuff. It's a good idea. But we're on the beyond the good idea stage. We need big ideas now.
Desperate ideas.
Backing up with a jab. It's a good effect. Henderson doubling up with a jab now. Tightening the distance too, closing the distance. You want to see him rip that right-hand follow, don't you, Tom?
That's exactly what I want to see, because he has landed the jab. That's the one shot he has consistently.
Doesn't follow with that right hand.
But he's not throwing the right hand behind it.
Yeah, people are sensing a little bit of hot sauce heating up. The Henderson people are digging it. You see the ladies over in the left-hand corner, the screen, digging this slight momentum shift, and it's not even slight. The first half of that round was a Henderson round.
Henderson landed some good hard jabs that round, this round thus far.
This is his best work, his best half round, clearly. Facebook Fight Night Live, and then back to the body. See, Pllana doesn't really seem to be susceptible to that. That's the thing. It's a great idea to do those investments, but maybe this investment is paying off now. Maybe this is the little bit of a slowdown that came from all that body work, Tom.
Could be, but we're in the 7th round of an 8-round fight.
Yeah, it's risky business to try to invest in that slow manner. You know, it's like a dividend-paying stock. Slower, you ain't going to get rich quick, but who knows? Hey, we'll see. Maybe I'm overstating the potential for drama here, but this is a Henderson round.
I agree. It's also the first Henderson round in a while, so
and it's also for the taking if Pllana wants to steal it now, but I think Pllana took the round off. I don't even know if that's in his vocabulary. I think it's more likely that he actually really just got tired, Tom, rather than thinking I'm going to take a round off. I don't think that's in his.
I don't think there's a lot of strategy.
Yeah.
A lot of methods to his madness.
No. He's a warrior. No rounds off. 10 seconds remaining. Henderson, solid 7th here, friends. Good action in Philly. Card Gal says round number 8. It's the final round. Possibility that the unorthodox man actually has more method to the madness and really is actually saving himself for the final round. That's not impossible, but this was the Henderson round, and proof here in the replay action.
And it was mostly jabs that did it. It was mostly the jabs straight down the middle. He wasn't throwing a lot of right hands as he hasn't been the whole fight, and he wasn't landing the hook either. It was just a few good, hard, head-snapping jabs that got it done, just like that one for Henderson in that particular round. He desperately needs this round, though, and it might not be enough.
You know, is his corner and or his people letting him know you best try to look for the stoppage here, because it's entirely possible you're way down.
Yeah, I think he needs a knockout to win, or some serious dramatics in the form of multiple knockdowns.
Jabs from Pllana, and the movement doesn't look gorgeous doing it. Doesn't keep his chin tucked. I mean, it's the opposite of tucked, folks. That chin is up in the ceiling. But if he can get away with it, it works for him. And
nice,
look, the
nice
sneak.
little hook by Pllana.
Yeah, sneaky. Little hand speed there. Well timed.
And again, Henderson's just doing too much waiting. He's got to get desperate here. One and done is not going to get the job done against this guy. Didn't do it for the first 7 rounds. It's not going to suddenly do it in the 8th round.
Tommy, remind me this week. I'll probably forget, so remind me to call Simon Brown and talk to him about this guy. I want to hear when he first saw him and what he thought, and then how it's progressed from there.
How does a trainer from Jamaica link up with a fighter from Albania? It's just it's a strange mix, but it works. Now we got a minute 35 left in the round and in the fight, and it's Pllana's fight to lose.
And there he taps his chest again. You didn't at all hurt me. You didn't at all hurt me. Not bother me.
Pllana has been more susceptible to the jab the last 2 rounds because his activity has slowed down some, but he might have put too many rounds in the bank already. In my opinion, he did.
In my opinion, he doubly did. Definitely did. But hello.
This is boxing. We'll see what kind of judges we've been scorecards get turned in here.
Doing this too long to dismiss the possibility that it could be really off.
Pllana's activity and work rate has dropped and decreased dramatically.
Last portion of the round, Henderson got to step it up, probably. Finish it with a stoppage, unless he gets real lucky with some judges who are really digging his nickname and disliking the unorthodoxy of Pllana. 25 seconds remaining in round number 8. Pllana jabbing and just keeping away, being smart.
Jabs, not much on it, but they are touching jabs.
Doesn't want to get caught, and yep, Reno picked up on it. Tired now. Last 2 rounds, he's tired. And so is Henderson.
So is Henderson, but at this stage of the game, you give that round to Henderson as well as the 7th round. And if Pllana somehow got lost some sort of close split decision, majority decision, it would be because of those last 2 rounds. He would have nobody to blame but himself and really be kicking himself in the behind. I can't see that happening in this particular case.
I don't want to see it. I
don't
can
either.
see it, and I'd be irked.
Yeah.
Be irked.
But I think he deserves the victory. I think he pulled it out. At worst, 5 rounds to 3.
I'm right there with you. Looking over at the Henderson corner, I don't get the sense that this is a guy who thinks he lost. You?
Not necessarily, or they're hoping to get lucky, or think they're going to get the benefit of the hometown deal.
But not because he came in from Fayetteville.
Yes, but he scored his last 3 fights here in Philly, so he's
right.
signed to Marshall
Promoter is
Kaufman.
from here. There you go. There you go. There's replay action.
That was the end of the fight right there. Not much replay action, but
no.
The first 6 rounds of the fight were the most exciting. That's where Pllana won the fight. Won what we think is 5 of 6 rounds. The last 2 rounds, he was tired, he was gassed, and combination of that and taking it off and playing it safe, and that allowed and only allowed Henderson to come on at that point. But Henderson took the 7th and 8th round, but in my opinion, too little, too late.
Tommy, what's your gut say? They're going to give it to Henderson? I'm worried.
No comment.
No comment. My gut says bring it up to Fratto to tell us who won. I'm worried.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise here in South Philadelphia. These two warriors going all 8 rounds. And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge at ringside, Kevin Morgan, scored this contest 79-73 in favor of Genc Pllana. Adam Friscia and Lindsey Page each had this one 76-76. Ladies and gentlemen, this one ends in a majority draw.
Yep. Nope. 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 Tell us what you think, Facebook friends. Maybe it looked and felt different from ringside. Tommy, talk to me. Get it out now.
I'm stunned, you know what I mean? But
You're not stunned.
I'm not stunned. We've seen this too many times.
Yeah.
It's disheartening is what it is. You know, you want to see the right man be rewarded for his work, the right guy. You want to see justice served. Pllana deserved.
Pllana was barking at the Henderson trainer. Yeah, he's pissed. Tommy, he's pissed over there.
As he should be. I mean, you come in on the B side, you come to the other guy's backyard, and you do what seems to be more than enough to win the match. I want to have to walk away with a draw. It's not right, but you know.
No, it's not. It's not right. It's not right. We can interview Pllana. He won, in my opinion.
Doesn't look like we're getting a interview
Nah.
from either guy.
These guys can go to their dressing rooms, and better safe than sorry. Keep them separated and go home and, you know, get your check and
Maybe a rematch in the future.